Hello, beautiful souls. I would like to say welcome. So we have a full moon tomorrow in Capricorn, and I will insert a short clip from a TikToker that literally breaks it down. I won't insert the whole clip for copyright reasons, but you can go to their page if you want to get the full video. So yeah. And getting on to ours, we're going to do an energetic check-in. I am clearing out some of the energy myself. You know, full moons, like she stated in the video, are about releasing. So what is it that you need to release? This is self-preservation. This is all for the self. Having the emotional intelligence also. So when it comes to this, what is it that we need to know? I got the Hidden Heart Secret deck. I'm being called to pull from that one. I was going to start with tarot, but it's with spirit realm. So what we need to know, I guess, let me sit to either side. What is it that we need to know here? And Mercury is going to get ready to go retrograde. Mind you, that is about past energy. So this is not always about a romantic situation. The past could be an identity that you was clinging on to, a habit, whatever the case may be. Something, you know, that you may need to clear out this season. Accountability is going to be at the forefront of all of this. What do we have? Already flipping over, emotional storm comes out. So yes, because this is going to be an emotional wave for a lot of individuals, be mindful. Making sure you have the emotional intelligence is very, very important. Affected, turmoil, unstable. So if individuals around you are in a lower vibration or in what would be that Five of Cups energy to me, this is where you're going to have to make sure that you are very grounded in your own energy and knowing what it is that you can and cannot control. Do not pick up things that is not for you. So emotional storm, I love it. Releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. So if you are in a situation where you are affected by something, you are allowing yourself to move away from this. Walk away, release, close it out. Ooh, running, ghosting, disappearing. Individual. Why did I say individual? Okay, individual could be disappearing. Invincible. Invincible. Ooh, soulmates. Uh-oh. This came out in my last one. Soulmates did. Open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. Okay, so if someone is releasing maybe a past soulmate, it's allowing you to open up your heart chakra. So making sure you are, you know, your heart chakra is connected from here all the way to the top of your stomach. All of that is connected to your heart chakra, which is the grief, the loss, the depression, all of those. So being vulnerable around this time, even with yourself, is what's going to help you release whatever you've been running away from, that you've been emotionally holding on to. Spirit is granting you the opportunity to release this and giving you this connection. It's something that you've been longing for, but are you actually receptive to receiving it? Withdrawn, single, lonely, solidarity. That's just more of the releasing and running. Feeling lonely, feeling like you're without. Withdrawn from reality, but why though? Clarity. So the truth does come in. Being honest with yourself. Realizing you may have been using escapism to do, so you haven't been receptive. I'm gonna get one more. We have confusion, unclear, uncertain, and then divine feminine. Now, there's a divine feminine in someone's energy. How you go from clarity to confusion? So maybe the individual who's withdrawn is the one that's now in that confusion energy. It's because they pulled back though. I guess they thought somebody was gonna chase them, but instead they ended up leaving. The divine feminine don't chase though. So that's, yeah, foundation established, security. The divine feminine, yeah, family at the bottom. She just go off and builds without. Which is more the Queen of Pentacles energy. Which is what I stated on the last one, a lot of individuals are embodying right now. You so focused on building a foundation, or anything that is not in reciprocity energy, you just gonna let that shit go. Ain't no more confusion. You know exactly who and what. That's what I'm saying. So whatever this confusion is, with this clarity trumping it with your foundation, you know exactly who and what it is. So keep releasing, keep pouring into whatever it is that you want to grow out here. Let's get some tarot. What is the collective's energy? Yeah, let's see. Let's see what's your energy. Oh, sorry. 5 of Cups. Why are you in the 5 of Cups? Okay, so you are in this emotional storm. 5 of Cups with the 8 of Wands, memories. There's something being sent your way. You're going from, okay, so let's see. 2 of Pentacles. That's the equal give and take. That's that reciprocity that, you know, you're balancing something out and it's moving fast for you. Let me get one more. Let me get one more. Look, you're going from the 2 of Pentacles to the 2 of Cups. All of this is about you getting back divinely aligned to something. And it's moving fast once you just release whatever this weight is. So for this full moon, which it is tomorrow, it is asking you to open your heart to receive something. There's some type of clarity that's coming in, and it may hurt, but you need to go ahead and feel that. The 7, all right, which puts you in the 9, which is the higher mind attainment. So it's like you're playing things from the past. This is heavy emotionally. This is heavy water. Mind you, are we in Cancer season yet? Which is a water sign. So use the energy. Go ahead and release this. Go ahead and face it. Illusions. What is it? You was building something with someone, and maybe it shattered. But this is past. I'm picking up on past energy. So it's like you haven't closed out something emotionally, and so it's still lingering. Queen of Pentacles. But you come back. Go ahead and ground yourself. Materialize whatever this is. Use it with justice here. Use it to your advantage. So use your pain to create this material possession. It's something that you emotionally need to use your creativity to do. The 3 of Pentacles, and it flew out on the 2 of Pentacles. So you are balancing something out. Of course, this is about divine alignment. This is the Christ-like energy within. Why is the 7 of Cups here, Spirit? Why is the 7? You get the Star. So you're healing a situation. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was heavy escapism going on. And whether, like, you knew that this energy has been sent your way, the distraction, like, you've been distracted when it comes to something, but, like, somebody needs to do a spiritual detox black walnut bath. And then you get the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, okay, so someone's wanting you not to show up for something. Okay, all right, here it is. They're trying to stop your forward movement. Okay, somebody wants you to be emotionally, like, someone's speaking lack over someone. Someone is wanting somebody to be emotionally weighed down for moving forward. But that's what's not real. Like, because the Two of Pentacles with the Two of Cups, like, everything is in alignment. It genuinely is. And so someone is trying to project that something is not working. And so someone is working day and night to see if you don't show up for something. But you do go through this rebirth. You still go through it. You still complete something. You release something. You actually, so with the, okay, so the running is actually, you're dodging a bullet. It's like, so like if you had an intuitive nudge to go somewhere, but you like, nah, that's not of my highest divine. Like yesterday, like I had said, I was like, oh, I wasn't going to go out, but I was like, I said I was going to get back in the gym, start eating right. I was like, no, because I know me. I'm not just going to go out to have a drink or two. If I'm going to go out and drink some poison, I'm going to be Ubering there and back. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So I ended up not going out. I just stayed at home, did my meal prep. And so today, I'm going to go to the gym because I said that'll get me so I can go to bed at a decent time. Because I want to get up early and do my readings for my Patreon. So you dodge a bullet because you get some clarity. You quiet something down. And so with you pouring into your divine feminine, your creativity, your nurturing, you're not chasing. You're able to build this foundation for yourself. You're able to alchemize. So you're alchemizing this energy right now that is being sent your way. Heavy. You doing that shit heavily. So you're coming up out of this. So someone is sending you this, like someone's trying to project this, this lack over you. They don't want you to work on something. They're trying to like halt you, trying to stop you from your forward movement. Yeah. Hangman could be a Pisces. But that's also where it's like you're realizing that, oh, that's not my energy. Like you sitting with that. The recalibration. They wait. I can't make this up. 10 of Swords. They waiting to see if something is going to work, but it doesn't. That shit going right back on the ass. Look, and then the 9's at the bottom. It is going right back on the ass. They still going to have to see you shine. With the Empress. They still going to have to see you come right back on top. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? It's not going to work. Like, sometimes it's kind of like, you do know you can build a foundation, or you can be you can have all the things you want if you showed up for the shit that you want and not project over here. The Hermit, because they not going to go within. Because you go within yourself. You do that work with the moon here. And then guess what? You get justice, goes right back on the ass. Because you go within and you do that internal work. Could be a Virgo as well. Or air sign. With the 4 here. Now they finna have to dead that shit. Whoever that's sending this, they not gonna be able to handle what they dishing out. And that's a problem. That be people's problem. That be people's problem. Let me get one more. And then you get the Lovers. And then you get right back into divine alignment with the 3 at the bottom. So once you sit with whatever this 5 is, this emotional weight that you're being carrying, that's being sent your way, this is just reality. It's in one's energy. So this is like you pouring into something that you're passionate about, and this is where it's like, I'm not religious, but if you just read any book, anybody would, like, if you've read the Bible or anything, and y'all know how when Jesus was doing his walks and his speaking to people, anybody that speaks motivational or inspirational work or do any type of spiritual work or healing work, any shaman type work, you're not going to be always supported, and especially from people from your past, because they are fixated on a version of you that no longer exists. And so when they can't feed that individual, they can't feed that version of you, it does pisses them off, because who are you to change? Who are you to change to these people? And because maybe you have changed, and maybe even with this the Knight of Pentacles, you are not as giving as you once were. And now people are more upset because maybe you have left a situation. Maybe you actually do have love in your life. Or maybe because the version of these people that they do know is not the same person. And so these attacks don't work. They sending it, but because you know how to alchemize energy, you just eating that. Thank you. Sometimes, like I said, I was like, man, I'm trying to slim down. Every time I turn around, I done put some more weight on somewhere. And I work out. But then, hey, I hit a new PR on bench press. So I say, I'm only putting on weight. It's because I can lift that weight. I can push that weight. I can pull that weight. So I don't even be mad. I just be like, all right, cool. You give it to me. Just know I know what to do with it. But it gets to a point when I don't feel like holding it no more. And so I'm also in the season myself where I'm like, okay, I'm finna close out some cycles energetically. I'm not finna keep holding on to this shit either, because I'm ready to actually build my own foundation. And so with me saying that, this is where I need you to also do what it is you need to do. So if you genuinely know that there is some emotional weight that you're carrying on, and even if you are somebody that don't know how to speak life into yourself, because maybe you've never actually had that, and so you're trying to see, it don't want to sound cliche, because you can wake up and you can say affirmations every day, but if you genuinely don't believe that, then that shit is never gonna work for you. So it's gonna look differently for everybody. With this Hangman, it is going to look different, but you do close out cycles as much as you have that awareness, and whatever you subscribe to is going to always push you forward to keep doing the work. So if you pick a path and you said, I want to walk this way, and the Most High say, okay, well, I'm going to let you walk first because I need you to build some strong feet and calves. That's just the foundation that you lay in. And then eventually he's going to say, I'm going to need you to hop on a horse. I'm going to need you to get a go-kart, a scooter, or something, because people are trying to slow you down. And it's not always about the people you see in your reality. People see your potential with this star. They see how far you can go. People could have fucking more than you. They genuinely could have more than you. And because of that, that pisses them off, because what is it that makes you so well poised, so emotionally stable? But that's what pisses, like, everybody are not able to move forward. Some people be that Knight of Pentacles, just stuck. And so that does pisses people off, because, like, how can you just let that shit go? I can't. And they continuously keep that cycle open. But if you understand that there's more to life, those experiences was just lessons. Sometimes those be the karmic lessons that you just have to close out. Maybe your parents were not the best parents, and they picked up emotional weight. Everybody picked up so much weight and didn't do the work. And you decide, okay, I actually want to have emotional intelligence. Well, now you're finna be tested at that job, that friend group, that relationship, that associationship, through your key. Everybody's gonna test you, because you want to be the one to break the curse. Do not take it personally. Just say, okay, I choose to ride the wave, but you better give me all the tools to get through this. Don't have me without nothing. So yeah, that's the thing. Just do that. Keep going within. You may need to pull your energy back, just because with this justice here, you don't want to pick up anybody else's weight, because that will slow you down as well. So you can acknowledge something for somebody, but don't pick that shit up. Don't pick that up. Yeah, because emotions will be high for a lot of people, and especially people who don't know what to do with that energy. But that is the message that I have for you guys today. This was for the full moon. Do what you will with that information. And I will see you guys in the next one.